It's lit up like a Christmas tree, but it's not Christmas, it's New Year. Let's fix this. Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. We've a 2005 Volkswagen Golf 1.9 TDI, and there's a bit of a backstory to this. I think I've done a video on it already, or I've done a few little clips. This was taken to another garage, and I think it had an alternator issue. And as you can see, the boost pipes were off. It was just an absolute mess. I'm not sure who worked on it, but it was an absolute mess. And all these lights, the ABS light was on, but there was a load of other lights that were never on. The key fob didn't work afterwards. There's lots of things that didn't work afterwards. Basically what I think's happened is whoever worked on it didn't realize you needed to keep the memory alive and lost a lot of the settings on it. I think, I'm not 100% sure, like the steering angle sensor, hence why they're on, I think. But anyway, I'm not 100% sure yet. But what we're going to look at today is the ABS. I might have chance to look at the steering angle sensor, I'm not sure, but we're going to look at the ABS today because that light was originally on. I have done a full scan and we've got a few problems, kind of typical Volkswagen stuff, but not too bad really. I'll quickly go into the engine just for shits and giggles, just to see exactly what's going on. Oh. Trouble codes. Glow plugs, glow plugs, glow plugs, glow plugs. Right, so we got possibly glow plugs issues, but again, that's not going to affect us yet, even though it is cold. That's not going to affect us. So let's go out and see the ABS. What I'm more interested in at the minute, because it did start. It was 0 degrees and it started no problem. So left hand wheel ABS sensor. So that's all I'm worried about at the minute. So if I go to we go to live data, let me pull up the data PIDs and we will see what the story is. So I got the data PIDs up and we are looking at the left rear, so G46 essentially. That's what we're looking at, and let's just drive forward in his driveway and hopefully we'll see something. Ah, there we go. Now, I'm only driving in his driveway, but I'm almost sure I saw that jump up. Just reversing now. Yeah. That's not matching the others, and I'm driving in a straight line. Now sometimes, well not sometimes, be careful of the front sensors, because when you're turning, you're going to be, well even the rear, they're going to be turning at different speeds, because that's how a car turns. But I'm driving straight, and that rear left seemed to jump up. Just let me try again. Yeah, that rear left is jumping up like crazy. This is where a graph is going to be easier to see, so let me graph this first. I've just reversed back, I just let that go, so I got a bit more of a run up, but already I can see an issue. Yeah, look at that compared to the other one. They're both the rear sensors, so they should be both more or less exactly the same, because I'm going in a straight line, and you can see that left rear is just all over the shop. So again, we have to check it. But from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be possibly an ABS pickup problem. So not an ABS sensor, so the wheel bearing pick up the tone ring. I'm not 100% sure at the back of these. I think it's a magnet pickup here on the wheel bearing, I think. Can't remember off the top of my head, but we'll find out in a minute. And yeah, so I'm just going to take this for a drive, and just to see what the story is. I'll see if I can record it on the tablet. I thought I would be able to record it, which I am, but the problem is after you go over a certain speed, it just stops communicating, which is really frustrating, because the whole idea of live data is to see what's going on, and you need to drive an ABS fault because it's an ABS fault. But anyway, Look, it doesn't matter. I just went first to second gear. You can see I've just graphed 3 of them because I can't graph all 4 of them together, and the graph just makes it easier for this specific reason. So you can see the front right and the rear right are practically the same, but the rear left, as you can see, is just absolutely shitting itself. It doesn't know what's going on. So we have an issue. Now, again, a quick look at that tells me that the ABS sensor seems to be working, but again, we have to check. And it's most probably going to be a pickup issue. So from an ABS ring or tone ring or something along them lines. Rust jacketing maybe, that's another option or another thing it could be. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to whip off the wheel and we're going to have to see. But that gives you a really good idea of kind of why live data is good, why graphing is also good. Sometimes, you know, you don't need to graph, but on a case like this, it's very difficult when you're just watching numbers and it shoots up and shoots down. You don't really see it. But on a graph, you can see it as clear as day. Boom! Right, I've also done a video which I'll link in the description exactly how an ABS sensor works. So go and check that out if you really want to see how and why it's doing what it's doing on the live data. Sorted. Right, we have a few issues. You can see the brake isn't working properly. It's only braking there. That's going to fail the test. This is going for a test, that's why we're doing all this. Also, this is completely gone. Let me just get the camera light. You can see, I come back here, it's all split there. That is a fail in Ireland. So yeah, that's going to need that. So it's going to need brakes. And when I look in the back, let's hopefully we can see this. If I go in here, there's the wheel bearing pickup, and you can see there's a big chunk taken out there, if you can see that, and you can see a line like hitting it. So it's obviously rubbing, and it could be rubbing against this back plate. Thinking about it, that back plate is what's done the damage. And if I keep going, right, see another chunk taken out in there, another chunk taken out there, quite a big chunk there, more chunks there, more chunks there, and now we're back, another chunk there, and we are now back to the beginning. So loads of chunks taken out, which would make sense why it's jumping up and down. So wheel bearing in this case, and we've got CV joints to do as well. And I know people are going to say, well, why are you spending all that money, it's ridiculous. And I don't understand this. At the end of the day, you're not paying for it, so why are you bothered what a customer is? I really don't understand it. If a customer wants to pay for it, he's happy. It's a slightly older car, no DPF issues, it's running absolutely perfect. These are just common everyday problems. If they want to spend it, let them spend it. Don't moan about it, don't say it's ridiculous, don't do anything, because it's just pointless. So right, we're going to do another video on actually fixing this, but we've done the diagnostics. That's my cock screaming there, yeah, good boy. And what's actually caused the damage is this flexing and hitting that pickup and causing that, because you can see the line, the perfect line around the ring where this is actually catching. So that's what the original damage was. We've diagnosed it. It's very important to use the live data to graph it, because a lot of people would have just gone straight for this sensor, replace the sensor, and it would have done absolutely no good. If we replace just the wheel bearing without replacing this, we're going to go into the exactly same situation, so that has to be replaced. Everything has to be replaced. We'll do a separate video on that, but as always, hope you like it. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget, links up here, links down below, but most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.